If you are driving somewhere for the holidays or expecting company, you're probably thinking about those road conditions. And with more snow in the forecast, plows will be out in force just trying to keep up. New at 11 tonight, our Kyle Simchuk shows us what it takes to keep the roads safe.
Last week, we saw how quickly just a few inches of snow can turn some streets into ice rinks. So city, county, and state snowplow crews, they have a lot of work ahead of them this week, and they need your help to do the job safely. More snow means more work for snowplows. City of Spokane crews are working 10-hour shifts and have a lot of residential streets and arterials to maintain.
We have a lot of tools, we're completely staffed, and we have these satellite locations that have all those materials staged there that allows us the flexibility to respond quickly to changing conditions, which that is what weather is.
Kirsten Davis with the City of Spokane says plow drivers have to constantly adapt to changing conditions. If temperatures rise or it starts to rain, liquid de-icer becomes diluted and less effective.
Moisture creates an issue with liquid de-icer. We're going to switch then to the other products, the sand, the granular de-icer, and maybe a salt mixture.
Spokane County plows have even more roads to clear, roughly 5,100 lane miles. Crews are putting sand and de-icer on intersections, hills, curves, and bridges. The Washington Department of Transportation is working around the clock to keep Interstate 90 clear.
I'm 6 feet tall, and you can see the top of the blade almost right next to my head.
Ryan Overton with WashDOT says drivers need to give plows extra room.
This line right here is going to be right on the skip line, so the dotted white line on a single lane highway, that's where the plow blade is going to be.
A lot of trucks also have what's called a wing plow, which can be even more difficult to see.
But that can extend down from the side of the plow and actually add a little bit more coverage to clear off the shoulder.
WashDOT tweeted this picture from Liberty Lake today, thanking drivers for giving crews extra space. And the City of Spokane is also reminding people to keep sidewalks clear outside of homes and businesses. That is a city law. Reporting in Spokane tonight, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
And because those roads are a bit slick tonight, we want to check in with our forecast with meteorologist Michelle Boss. Michelle, we got some snow today. What's tomorrow going to look like?
Tomorrow's going to be a relatively quiet day, but it's still going to be pretty chilly. So the snow that we got this morning is not going anywhere tomorrow. Temperatures are likely going to stay below freezing all day. We do have a little bit of fog out there right now. That could also contribute to some slick conditions overnight and early tomorrow morning. Visibility down to a quarter of a mile with freezing fog in Deer Park, and seeing some freezing fog and some light freezing rain down in Walla Walla. Visibility in the Spokane area not too bad right now at 7 miles, 3 miles in Pullman. We've got some drier air to the north, leading to some clear skies and much chillier temperatures. Clouds to the south of Spokane, keeping temperatures just a little bit warmer, but look at the difference. Deer Park actually got down to 6 degrees already this evening, and temperatures just kind of bounced back up in the last half hour. Currently 16 degrees, 13 in Grand Coulee, 19 in Moses Lake. We're seeing the clouds break out just a little bit in Spokane, 19 degrees right now, but as the clouds creep back up, temperatures should stay in the low 20s for the remainder of the night. Here's a look at the next 3 days. Kind of cold and gray tomorrow with highs in the upper 20s, but warmer air moving in on Wednesday should bring us a mixture of rain and snow, and then rain changing back over to snow for Thursday as we start to cool it down for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. And if you're headed to the west side of the state, WashDOT has released its travel weekend forecast. So eastbound traffic on I-90 is expected to be above average, but not at a stop and go rate Thursday through Saturday. On December 26th, eastbound drivers should avoid Snoqualmie Pass from 11 a.m. until about 1 p.m., say transportation officials, in order to avoid congestion. Now taking a live look at Snoqualmie Pass at this hour. Pretty dark. You can see, though, traffic flowing on the freeway right now. And just a reminder, you are required to carry chains over the mountain passes, even if you don't need to put them on. That includes all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles. Washington State Patrol has been out making sure drivers have them. If you're not prepared, heads up, you could face a $503 fine. We know you're trying to get places, especially with the upcoming holidays. So if you'd like a link to our live traffic maps, just text us the word traffic to 509-448-2000, and we'll send that link directly to your phone. The fourth-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs cruised to victory against Northern Arizona tonight, and they finally looked a whole lot more like the GU from old from behind the arc. Here's KREM 2's Mike Boyle tonight.
This non-conference schedule has been amongst the toughest in Gonzaga history. 4 teams in the top 10, 5 in the top 25 the Zags have played. Tonight was a little bit of a chance to relax as they took on a Northern Arizona club that was obviously overmatched. Zags were ready from the opening tip in this one. First possession, Drew Timme with 3 of his 10 first-half points as Gonzaga out to an early lead. Chet Holmgren leading the way with 14 in the first half, drains the 3 ball there as Gonzaga would extend the lead to double digits. They had to. Jalen Cone was on fire. 17 of NAU's 30 first-half points, getting the 3 there in the foul. Anton Watson, though, helping to stretch the lead off the bench. Had 10 first-half points as Gonzaga led it 48-30 at the break. Mark Few's crew would then buckle down defensively in the second half. Holmgren working inside. He finished with a team-high 20 points, 9 rebounds for Gonzaga. Then Watson with the steal. He would go 6 of 7 from the floor for 17 points. Gonzaga up 34 at that point. And then Hunter Salas getting into the act, drains 3 of his 9 points. Gonzaga committed just 5 turnovers in the game, none in the second half, as GU cruising to an easy 95-49 win over NAU.
We've been focused on in practice, just less turnovers, and it just makes the game easier for the offense, and it kind of slows down their transition offense. So I think less turnovers just makes the game better all around.
So, I mean, to go a half with 0, to go a game, especially a high possession game like this with 5 is really, really good.
Zags now get a Christmas break as they won't be back on the floor here at the McCarthy Athletic Center until the 28th when they host North Alabama in their final non-conference game before WCC play. Reporting from the kennel, Mike Boyle, KREM 2 Sports.
Jason Eck, welcome to the Vandal family.
Former South Dakota State offensive coordinator Jason Eck was introduced as the 36th head football coach in University of Idaho history. Eck was honored as the 2019 recipient of the FCS Assistant Coach of the Year award by the American Football Coaches Association. During his tenure as offensive coordinator, the Jackrabbits have one of the most prolific offenses in the FCS. The new Vandals head coach will be no stranger to Moscow either, as he spent 3 seasons as the O-line coach for Idaho from 2004 to 2006.
We're in this together. Coaches, players, administration, fans and alumni, boosters. It's competitive to be one of the top teams in FCS football. And again, I've been fortunate to have been in these FCS playoffs the last 6 years, and we're going to get Idaho back there soon. And it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take everybody pointing the arrows in the right direction and getting on the right course to success.
Eck was an offensive lineman at the University of Wisconsin during the late 90s. During his time with the Badgers, the team won a Big Ten championship and a Rose Bowl in 1998. New tonight, a Spokane electrician facing a $144,000 in fines for installing car chargers without permits or safety inspections. The Washington State Department of Labor and Industries had issued today Toby Miller 5 citations. He owns GEM Electric NW Incorporated. LNI reported that Miller failed to obtain permits or schedule required inspections when installing chargers in Spokane, Pullman, and in Liberty Lake. Today, crisis standards of care officially ending for the entire state of Idaho. The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare ended the standards for northern Idaho just this morning. The Panhandle District was the only area in the state still under crisis standards of care. That included Benawa, Boundary, Bonner, Kootenai, and Shoshone counties. The rest of the state was deactivated back on November 22nd. Health and Welfare Director Jabe Jepson says the number of COVID-19 patients is still high in northern Idaho and healthcare systems are still stressed. However, the number of patients is no longer exceeding the available resources. Jepson said it will take time to catch up on delayed surgeries and other medical treatments. The first case of the Omicron variant was detected in Idaho back on December 10th. Moderna says its booster appears to provide protection against the Omicron variant. The drug company says preliminary data from lab tests found that its booster provides increased antibody levels to fight the virus. It also found a double dose of the booster pushed those levels up much higher. With Christmas this week, Numerica Credit Union is helping more than 20 families facing homelessness transition out of shelters and into permanent homes. The organization partnered with 8 regional nonprofits to help donate $125,000 to Numerica's Home for the Holidays campaign. Some of the organizations helping include St. Vincent de Paul and Safe Passage in North Idaho, along with Volunteers of America and Family Promise here in Spokane. Still ahead tonight, Spokane Police's anti-crime team has been suspended and the 10 officers have been reassigned. We'll tell you why and what that could mean for public safety coming up. Plus, later in the broadcast, could 5G interfere with commercial airlines? We'll verify after the break.